Hey guys, how you doing today? I want to talk about my Anthurium collection and the care that I give them. Um, I have 9. Yes, I have 9. I had to recount them again. I actually have another one on the way. Um, you will see that when I do an unboxing video. Now, some of these you guys have probably seen on my videos before. I love the aeroid family, so I love anthuriums. Um, a lot of people usually will have, hold on, this beauty. This is a regular anthurium that you would find in your grocery store, and it is, a lot of them have different names. This one for me is a red one. I believe it's called the Flamingo, but I'm not positive. Don't hold me to that because I really don't know. Um, this one for me, I got on discount. I love the shape of the leaves. They're more of a heart shape, and then they have a little bit of a rigid feel to them. This one I keep in a little bit of a lower light situation. Um, as you can see on these leaves right here, she's got a little bit of burn because of where I had her in the summertime, and she did get a little burnt. But all the rest of her new leaves have come up clean. She's got some new growth coming in. She is in a very well draining mix of soil and perlite and bark, and because she does like to dry down a little more, um, she doesn't like to have wet feet, so to speak, um, growing in the home. So that is my anthurium. I believe it is called a flamingo. More what you would find at a big box store, or a Walmart or something like that. I can't wait until this one gets bigger. She has gotten a lot bigger for me since I've got her. This one here is my Anthurium pendifolium. She will get really long, strappy leaves, and she is a beautiful, beautiful plant. I cannot wait until her leaves go crazy and get super long. It's probably going to take years to do that, but that's okay. I have some patience when it comes to, I like to buy smaller plants and watch them grow. And this is her newest leaf. She just has pushed this one out, and so far it is getting longer than her original leaves that she got when I got her. Now she is in a little different soil. I actually have her in soil and some bark and some perlite and some spag moss, because this is one that you do not want to let dry down and dry out and stay dry long at all. So I have her in some spag so that she stays moist at all times. This is how they grow in the tropics, and that's what she likes, so I am trying to replicate that. She also does like a little bit higher humidity, and I keep her in my plant room, and I keep my plant room at 60% humidity, and so far everybody is doing great. They really don't need a higher humidity than that from what I have found. That, and you get much of a higher humidity than 60 in your home, and you're going to have some issues with mold and fungus growing. So I keep my humidity a little lower, and my temperature is about 73 degrees in my plant room in the winter. Sometimes it gets a little higher, sometimes it gets a little lower. So that is how I grow my Anthurium pendifolium. Okay, this one here is one of my top favorite anthuriums that I have. This is an Anthurium clarinervium. She is gorgeous. She's got this leaf she pushed up after I got her. It was a growth point that was already there when I received her. She had these smaller leaves and this one on her when I got her. And one of the smaller leaves has yellowed down, and I cut it off, and this one here is starting to yellow back also. She does have, this is her newest leaf that she has just pushed out, and it is growing like mad. She is also in the same kind of soil that my Anthurium pendifolium is in. A very fast draining soil, but yet I keep moisture in there. So she's got soil, perlite, bark, and some spag moss. It's very important to not let these dry out and keep them at least at 60% humidity. They are from the tropics, from a rainforest, so they like the moisture on their roots. You don't want to keep them wet, but you do want to keep them moist. You don't want them to dry out. So she is a beauty. I can't wait until the next leaf pops out. This one just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And this last one, is just gorgeous. I love the color on them when they first come out. So this is a beauty. I really, really like her. Okay guys, this one is my Anthurium Faustio Giant. I got her sometime at the end of winter, beginning of spring. She was in really rough shape when I got her. She had a lot of torn leaves, and she just really, really was in rough shape. She only had a few when I got her. She has snapped out of it. This is a new leaf. This is a new leaf. This is a new leaf. All of them are new leaves. All the old ones are now cut off. This one might be an older one when I first got her, but this is her newer leaf that is pushed up since I got her, and I love it. It's like a really beautiful bronze color, and her leaves will get huge. She is, which makes sense why she's called the Faustio Giant. But as the leaves mature, they get greener. They have this beautiful veining that goes through them. And you can see this one was her last new leaf, and it is just starting to turn green, whereas the new ones are this color. A very beautiful little plant. I really like her. She is also in the same kind of a soil mixture. Soil, perlite, bark, but no spag. I've got her a little heavier on the soil. She is more of a terrestrial. I almost said orchid. She is more of a terrestrial Anthurium, so she does grow down on the forest floor. So I potted her with no spag. I do not let her dry completely out. All anthuriums like to have a little bit more moisture and a little more humidity. But I have noticed with this one, she doesn't seem to be as humidity hungry as some of the other anthuriums that I have that grow up in the trees. So, but she still gets the humidity because she lives in my plant room. So this is the Pastio Giant, and she is gorgeous. I love her. I cannot wait until she gets her big, huge leaves on her when she gets a little more mature. Beautiful little plant. She's also got the red. She's got more of a red or rusty color stem. If you guys can see that. So, alright, that is my Pastio Giant. Okay, this one here is my Anthurium Veitchii. She is a beautiful, beautiful little plant. She has grown a lot for me since I've got her. She's got tons of leaves. This is her newest one right here. I just love the coppery color when the leaves are new. She will get really long, long leaves on her. She has more of her older leaves starting to die back in yellow. That's normal. She's got a more new growth coming up right there. There's a new leaf. There's another new leaf. There's another one in here. I know you guys probably are not going to be able to see that. But she is a gorgeous plant. I've had her for, I'm thinking almost a year now. I put a little piece of a fern down in here with her, and it has grown and taken off. I love the look. She also has a little bit of sphagnum in here with her. It's just me. I just like the look of it. But I also wanted to put the fern in with her because the fern likes the same requirements as the Veitchii. I was very nervous getting this plant. A friend that had one, Michelle from over at Plant Utopia, helped me a lot with this plant when I first got her. And she told me how she was growing hers and how she had it potted. And I did the same. The plant community is great. I just love how everybody helps everybody out. But she is in the same kind of soil mix as my pendifolium. Soil, perlite, bark, and spag, because she likes to stay on the moist side and not dry out. This is another one that I cannot wait to see her in her full glory with her long, beautiful, elongated leaves. I know that she will never reach her full potential in the house, but she should still really be a beauty. And I like her right now as she is. I love how the leaves have like all of this ribbing, and when they come out they have this beautiful almost rusty color to them when they're new. I love it. And the back is the same. I don't know if you guys can see it. I can only twist so far. But the back of the leaves is actually even more of a rusty or a red color. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous little plant. I love this. And I'm excited that she has more new growths coming up. I have been keeping on a regular schedule fertilizing her, even though it is winter. But she's growing. All of them are growing, so I am feeding them. Beautiful, beautiful little Veitchii. Alright, let's go on to the next one. Okay, this one here is my Anthurium Redleaf. You can see why they call it that. She is gorgeous. She is another terrestrial grower. So she is in the same kind of potting medium that my other terrestrial grower is, my Fostio Giant. She's got a lot of soil, a lot of perlite, and a lot of bark, but no spag. I do let this pot, she is in a plastic pot, so it takes her a little bit longer to dry down, and I'm fine with that. She's been growing very well for me. She also gets very, very huge leaves, and the red ones are, or the rusty color ones, are all newer leaves. And as they mature, they turn into a more green. This one is the older one. She is dying back, turning yellow. But this is her newest one. Look at the color on that. It's beautiful. But she's also, you don't want to let dry completely out. She is a gorgeous little plant, and I really, really like her. This is the Anthurium red leaf. Get her a little closer so you guys can see the red on her, the copper color. Very beautiful, and I love the veining in it. Her leaves will also get very, very huge. You can see this one. This one is the biggest one I have so far. So, another beautiful little Anthurium. Alright. This one here is my Anthurium Superbone. It is a bird nest type Anthurium. I really, really like her. I love the texture of the leaves, and I love all of the veining and how she like is almost puffy, and she feels leathery. It's really neat. And then the back of her leaves are this, once again, with the Anthurium family, you have this beautiful rusty red colored leaf in the back. As they get older, they kind of lose the rust color. They keep it a little bit so far. This is a damaged leaf on her, if you can see. But she also is more of a terrestrial grower, and I keep her also in soil, perlite, and bark mixture. I do not let her dry out. She is in a terracotta pot, so she dries out a little quicker, but I keep an eye on her, and when she gets about halfway dry in her terracotta pot, I give her another good water. She has grown very well for me. This is the newest leaf that she pushed up, and before that, it was this one. When I got her on clearance. She was in really rough shape. I didn't even know what she was when I got her. I just knew that I really liked the leaf shape. I like the texture and the puffiness that it has on the leaves. It's really cool. And I got her for just, I don't know, a few bucks. I got her at Oakland Nursery down by Columbus, Ohio. And I brought her home and I gave her a big drink. She was really dry. I got on the internet and searched trying to figure out what she was. And I was actually shocked when I found out that she was a Anthurium. So she is an Anthurium bird nest Superbone. Very, very pretty plant. They actually had two of them there the day that I found her, and I wish I would have got both of them and put them together. But this one actually doesn't seem like it's doing any growing for me right now. I'm not seeing any new growths on her, but that's okay. This one seems like it is a very slow grower for me in the home. And all of these anthuriums, which I forgot to mention, they all get worm castings and fish fertilizer, and they are in like a medium bright light. Nothing really bright, nothing in the sun, and but they do like a little bit more of a brighter light in the house. But you know, in nature, they're under the canopy of everything, so they are like a shady plant out in nature. But this is a beautiful little plant, and I'm really, really glad that I picked her up. I love how she grows, I love how she looks, and I might actually move her into a little bit brighter light now that it is winter. Usually she sits on the floor in my living room by a west window, and she really likes it. I've recently moved her, since I brought all my plants in, she's in my plant room now, and she's sitting right, I moved her right under a LED grow light, and I'll see how she does there. But Anthurium, super bum, bird nest. Very, very beautiful little plant. Alright, we got one more plant. Alright guys, this is my last Anthurium that I have. She is beautiful. I absolutely love her. This is an Anthurium Big Red Bird. I love this plant. I've had her for about a year. She's got beautiful red leaf veining on the back. On the front. It's almost like a purpley color. And then the back, look at the back of her leaves, they're gorgeous. This one here you can see really well the red on her. Beautiful. This is a new leaf, and this is a new leaf, and this is a new leaf. She threw all of these up at the same time. She's got a massive, massive root system on her. Her roots are thick and beautiful, and I just love her. She is gorgeous. See the red veining on her? Gorgeous. Anthurium Big Red Bird. Now, I was having a little bit of problem with her. I had her in a little bit too heavy of a soil mix, and it was really retaining a lot of water. I recently lifted her up and set her on the top of this pot. She's got a beautiful, beautiful root system along the top of her. So what I am going to be doing with her is, I got a basket, I got all my supplies ready. I'm going to be repotting her. I'm going to be putting her into a cocoa coir basket, and I'm going to be using a little bit of soil. I have lava rock on the bottom of that basket, and I'm going to be putting her into a soil and bark mixture with some charcoal wood, and I'm going to grow her hanging when it comes summertime. For now, here in the house, she's going to just be sitting in the basket, but I'm going to grow her a little bit differently than what I have. She can be doing better, and I just think that it is time to switch her up a little bit and see how she does, growing her more like, almost like an orchid. So I am going to try that and see if she likes it better, and go that direction with her. So if you guys want to see that video, I am going to be repotting her in a video. But that is my Anthurium collection, you guys. I really, really like the Anthuriums. I love the aroid family in general. So, and like I said, I have one more coming and I cannot wait to get her. Um, she is an Anthurium gracile, and she has a red berries that she gets on her. She is gorgeous. She kind of looks a lot like the uh, Anthurium pendifolium that I have, but her leaves are quite a bit different, but it's still a really strappy Anthurium, and I like the strappy Anthurium. So, alright guys, I think my next video is going to be posted, and it will be repotting this big girl into my cocoa coir basket and growing her differently like that and see how she does. So, alright, you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Peace.